let's make it like the whole Punjab is singing. Hey ho Punjab. What the hell did you do for 4 days? I just gave you 4 days to do this thing. Then I was thinking, why can't I do a Punjabi album? I think if your mind is not active, you're dead already. So when you got the sampler, there were strings sampled on it. Marketo and legato. And I feel, oh my God, this is great. We don't need music.
Sometimes, you have those special days. Today is one of those special days. It happened to me a few years back. In a brief moment, I saw the sense of humor that this genius has. And there was always this wall in between a lot of people. A, because you don't get to see too much of him. And when you do see him, you're just going, man, he just seems so chilled. He is none other than the legend. And I hate calling, people who are still in the prime of their career legend. Like A.R.Rahman, sir, you are a legend. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Music that you make, sir, is possibly music for everybody else, right? What they say that हमारे लिए music का मतलब है A.R.Rahman. For you, yourself, what is music for you if you had to just think about it? Is it just sounds that you hear? Is it people that you hear? Or is it just emotions? What is it?
After a while, when you learn the art of music and you're still learning, it becomes your expression, right? And here, there's not just an expression, you're forced to express in a certain way because you're playing a character of the character.
Correct.
They want to play you, you become a composer as a dance composer now. You become a sentimental music composer now. You become a folk music composer now. So you're playing different parts, just like how actors do. As a composer, you have to play. Even if you're sad, you have to compose a happy song.
Correct.
Right?
It's a lot like radio jockeys also.
And even if you're happy, you have to compose the saddest song.
Yeah.
So, you have to pretend.
Yeah.
And then you have to, but be very genuine about it and go deeper into it. And so you're literally living the characters. Yeah.
But when people wake up in the morning, they have a happy song. They have some kind of song that happens there. When I go into my studio, I have one song that makes me happy. Do you have one kind of tune or something that that's a little more on repeat over the years?
So when you're in music, you have to do so much in music. You have to listen to so much. And then people send you, can you listen to my voice? I said, no, not now, because I'm working like 18 hours a day, mixing 16 songs, 3 languages.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to somebody else again.
Right.
I'd rather look at an images without sound. Or I'd just watch somebody cooking. I just go to a restaurant without any music in it, eat a meal.
Yeah.
Or I just go meditate.
Yeah.
Just go to Dargah or something.
Wow.
So this is you always need something else, not the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the reasons why I stopped. I bought a PlayStation long back.
Yeah. And your son plays it now.
You're just working on a screen again.
Yeah.
Again, you'd want to see another screen, no way. So, so.
I know your love for video games is also legendary there. But but when you talk about also various sounds and like I said, because it's I guess part of your profession and a lot of people keep sending you samples. Is there a universe out there that you can actually find, like we were talking just now, just 2 minutes before we started, Maidaan there's this singer MC, you just discovered him like that because obviously he would have approached through a source and come across. So there is chance for new voices, new sounds to come across always.
Always. Because if I don't find new sounds, find new singers, my music is going to become old.
Yeah.
I will be bored with it. What makes my job exciting is if I have a melody and if you have a new singer who can interpret that song in a different way, whose nuance of voice pushes me to compose the next song better. Not better, I would say, like more oriented towards his or her voice.
Correct.
So these are the things which now because of Instagram, you just find great talent on it.
But your DMs must be blocked. I mean, how can you see anything that you must get like 1 million requests with songs?
I don't. I go behind them.
Really?
I just because it's out there.
Yeah.
And it's not just their voice, how they present themselves and what they're liking, and so that is very fascinating to see. So you're seeing the younger generation.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a time to go and hang out with people.
Yeah.
So we hang out with on their tastes and what they're capable of, what they believe in, and there are no fortifying, nobody putting a bar on, and this is what you should express it. So So sometimes I follow them and then they, oh, is it by mistake, sir? So it's not by mistake. I like your stuff.
Wow.
So then we
Talk about performance pressure.
call that person.
Yeah.
And then we do a song together. That's it.
Wow.
And then they may be from Georgia or Iran or some Himalayas or Kanyakumari or Kerala.
Wow.
Doesn't matter.
But there was a story, Hriday Gatani had told me once how you just empower, no matter what the age, no matter what the experience, you empower your singers. Matlab, aap responsibility de dete ho. You do that. You want to see how they perform in the field also sometimes when people are working with you. Is that your style of functioning? Like, bachpan mein we used to think कि कैसे बच्चे को अगर तैरना है, wants to swim, you throw them in the water and then they'll learn how to swim. Is that your style?
That's the best way. You can keep lecturing people, but then when you start involving them, is when things magic happens. Sometimes by them doing wrong things, you find the right things.
Right.
Sometimes they're trying to do stuff, and sometimes it gets like, what the hell did you do for 4 days? I just gave you 4 days to do this thing.
Yeah.
So you also get into that stuff. But it's always friendly, and I tell them that I'm interested in your progress.
Yeah.
Not you working here or doing this stuff. I want you to shine.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm going to shout at you.
Which is understandable. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll shout at you.
Yeah.
So.
We're currently in a time when you've got two such diverse films that, are out like back to back almost. You've got a Chamkila on one side, you've got Maidaan on one side.
And there's a RJ, it's a Malayalam film.
Yeah, which is incredible. Also, because the audiences are all there. The beauty of technology, which you have understood for years before also. But I felt that Chamkila was a zone also that is different for you.
You know what? Actually, when you start appreciating different genres of music,
right,
and you start loving it, Punjabi is one. Why I like Punjabi music because Nusrat Saab.
Yeah.
He used to sing in Sindhi, he used to sing in Punjabi. And those lyrics, I think they became alive in his voice. Then I was like, what is this language? It doesn't have anything, it's always high energy.
Yeah.
And then that's how I discovered Sukhinder Singh also.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody, and then Brij Bhushan, one of my friends, he sent Sukhinder. That time he started as a lyricist, and then he did so much of work together. And
he goes on and on about you. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, he's a rare soul.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, why can't I do a Punjabi album? Even if people ridicule me, it's fine. And then this movie comes, and I said, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And this is the core, belly of the beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we can do this album.
Yeah. I mean, would you term it as a tough?
No, it's challenging because I can't do Chamkila song again. Right? It's already done. People know what it is. So there is a section of what Diljit and Parniti have done. They brilliantly, performed Chamkila ji's song. Then I was sitting with Imtiaz and said, why us? It's already there. Anybody can take this movie. But why us? In fact, here in the studio. And then we discovered that, no, we can do this. We can take it like a Broadway musical and create characters who can sing about Chamkila.
Yeah.
Make that interesting. Because nobody's done that. And maybe in a Punjabi movie.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So
and live music also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let Chamkila songs be Chamkila songs. We'll not disturb it. But we'll do this and see what would come. About the life.
Yeah.
Like what a director would do, what a composer would do for a character.
Yeah.
So,
it was incredible. I mean, I was listening to it, and even the choice of singers that you've taken was just so incredible. Loved it. And then, I mean, obviously, you're not working in a linear fashion. I mean, you must be working on 100 things at one point of time. But even whenever
when we work on something, we just go deep into it. There's no distraction. There's no phones. There's no people coming in, let's go for dinner. No, nothing.
Yeah. So with you, I think dinner's already happened, then they come and meet you. It starts a lot later. Yeah. But then you have this pressure. So you will have one very rustic film that is there. और दूसरी एक pressure आती है, एक मैदान, एक sports film होती है, जिसमें you have to have that iconic sports song जहाँ पे तैयारी हो रही होगी. I love the rendition. I was reading all the YouTube comments. The respect that the trailer has got has been fantastic. Loved it. But there was lots wow and beautiful and stupendous. All these beautiful adjectives come out. So
I paid for them.
A lot do actually. You would never have to, fortunately, let's put it that way. But Maidaan itself, the visual is very nice because you're back in the 50s. Is there a huge change of music style also when you're making a sports film? Because you have to have that upbeat one song that people should stand up and cheer.
I've done that. I've done Pele.
Yeah, of course.
I've done Lagan.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing 3 more sports films.
Yeah.
So for me, if it just, when I saw the film first, parts of it, I said it could become the most boring film if you do the wrong music for it. If you humanize it and if you try to find meaning in each song,
Yeah.
and do it in a way which people have not thought about. Let's go deeper in it. Why do people play? Why do people cheer? And what is that foremost, thought which comes from the player's mind? I should not break your heart.
Yeah.
I said, let's make that as a song.
Yeah.
So that became a song. And it's so, then it becomes a challenge. It's a sports song,
Yeah.
but what it's saying is completely different from what has been said before. I don't want to break your heart. We won't break your heart. We will win this match.
Wow.
So a new take on it. So I think even lyrics with jamming with Manoj,
Yeah.
constantly with Amit, and the first few songs were a lot of fun. The only song we had trouble a little bit was Team India. It took a lot of
Yeah.
iterations to get there.
Because you had to find the perfect.
He was in a certain circle where I want this. I said, it could be this. No. I said, let me try it. See? And then he was like, you're right, sir.
Yeah.
So it's very, very sweet.
Imtiaz told me that you're very, very, very open to suggestions all the time. And you're just waiting for them to say, I don't like it this way, I want some other way. Is that how you are with everyone, or?
No, with Imtiaz, I think it's very rare that he doesn't like anything. And if he doesn't like anything, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
The only time he didn't like something and then I persisted that was a choice of a voice, which became again legendary later.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and he understands lyrics so much, how to present a lyric in a song. So I trust. And a great team with Irshad and Imtiaz
Yeah, of
together.
course.
Great team. And sometimes you feel like it could go better, it could go this way. And with my broken Punjabi, Ishq Mitai was my idea. That was a temp lyric which I sang.
Wow.
So I go with sounds. I go with sounds and what could be interesting for me. If it's interesting for me, then for Punjabis it will be even more interesting.
Correct.
Right? So
No, I think it with
and
you
he
also.
came with a brilliant idea, Mein Hu Punjab, and said, oh my God, this is so good. And then it was in the end.
Yeah.
Then we decided to put it in between. Till the last day, I was thinking something is wrong. And then just one day before giving the master, I said, okay, let's have a guitar on that. Let's make it like the whole Punjab is singing. Mein Hu Punjab.
Wow.
And it was a very last minute idea. I think sometimes your instinct, you have to keep your mind open till the last minute.
Yeah, but that also happens with a lot of. Well, I'll put it this way. Of course, when geniuses or prodigies, when they have that instinct, can you also second guess yourself over a period of time, saying, or maybe not, if it hasn't gone well? And so then you lose the power to be able to use that instinct of yours.
No, instinct is always right. But what is wrong would be like, it's fine. Chalta hai. That will kill you as an artist.
Correct.
And if you have the time, and it's not about money at all. If you have the time, and if you don't mess up their schedule, might as well do it.
Correct, obviously.
If it's not good, they're going to go to the previous version. Yeah.
So 30 plus years you've been making music for cinema. I want to understand, is there a love for going to theatres on Friday and Saturday now? Do you go to theatres at all?
I do go.
Yeah?
Mostly I go abroad. Or we go as a full team of 50 people.
So you'll book the whole theatre?
The whole gang, yeah. We'll just go and take over the
So the last film that you saw in a theatre that you liked?
I loved Black Panther, Bahubali.
Oh, yes.
Then recent.
So Bahubali was a long time ago.
I know, but still it's linked.
Yeah.
It's a landmark film.
It's true.
It changed a lot of things. Because I love Amachitra Kadas. I love to see Indian movies like that.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Yeah.
And so we watched Dune.
Oh.
Then we watched Annette. It's a French film.
Yeah.
We watched that in Dubai during COVID. And everybody cursed me. Why did you bring me? Whole family.
Not such a great. It was a little longer. I'm going to wrap up in a bit, but lots more that I want. I think he was the first person who understood कि technology को music के साथ कैसे एक marriage कराना है. Over a period of time it continued, and there was another phase that happened where people used a lot of it. Now we're reaching a phase. I was reading a very interesting article where Europe has actually gone to car makers to say that can you reduce their reliance on AI? They want to reduce the screens.
Absolutely.
Do you think that will happen? I said,
killed.
yeah, that's true. And I feel even the music industry, there was this fear factor that 6 months back, of course, a lot of artists were saying this. Do you think that it's inevitable, or do you think that we can pull back?
So what is AI, Tani? What is autotune? It's AI.
Yeah.
It's just named as something which is augmenting what
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah.
Probably what would take 3 days.
Yeah.
If I need an illustration for an album cover,
Yeah.
I get it in 5 minutes. I get it in.
Oh.
So that's all good stuff.
Yeah.
And of course,
In the right hands, but.
in the right hands. Suppose if you, okay, I'm going to get AI, I'm going to fire 100 people and I want AI, I want to take all the money as a leader when you do.
Yeah.
That is gross. That is bad.
But do you think as a music industry, should they fear?
No, I don't, I'm not just the music industry. I feel like we should use tools like that to empower kids to change the way we live, to change the way, things are not progressing in your country. Pull up the poor, educate them. And now you have tools you can do that. So before, we didn't have that. We have internet.
Yeah.
We have all that stuff. Imagine if we empower all those youth
Yeah.
and those who can't have access to Harvard and Yale and all these big colleges.
Yeah.
You give them that, imagine what they can do.
Yeah.
That is my dream. If you use this, rather than cursing something which could be good, use that for this. Yeah, that's what I've been telling. We want to do that in a foundation. Use that to imagine a city without clutter. Imagine a new monument for India. Imagine the way people get educated. Imagine people create things. Imagine people can beautify your city, the way you live, and change the lives, change the way we live for other people.
That's a noble thought, and sometimes in my mind, I always think of Terminator. And I think of, the Dyson Industries. I mean, all of us we end up thinking of Doomsday, but it happens. Now when these films are all coming out, like you said, it's been a while since you watch it. Do you get stuck on some of your own work, and do you keep watching a lot of it just to see, like...
To add to the last thing,
Yeah.
for every pharaoh, every pharaoh, there is a Moses.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
for this, there will be something which will be inevitable, which will be a savior. So humans have the power to that.
I'm actually on the other side. I had to forcibly embrace technology. I was not very okay with it.
Even me.
Yeah. No, really?
Yeah, I'm very slow. But when I take it, I don't take everything which comes to me. I just make sure that it's human. I can express better with it. Not try to read instruction manuals where it slows me down, puts me in a rut. Wants pulling me towards what it does better, rather than what I want to do better. Okay.
I have to ask you this. Is it possible to be 100% with AI to replicate the kind of music that you'd make with a live orchestra and all? I mean, would you be able to do exactly that and then render the musicians redundant?
I'll tell you something. In, I think, 90s, I got a sampler. So when you got the sampler, there were strings sampled on it. Marketo and legato. And I feel, oh my God, this is great. We don't need music. We don't need the orchestra. Then the orchestra comes in. We have better recording techniques. We have, Atmos. We have... And then the strings, they play and they make this redundant.
Wow.
But they're so good that the humanness of that comes... There's something extra when people come in.
Yeah.
Each person's spiritual prayer comes in. Their family sustains. There's so much connection behind each one's playing. So I feel like there's another realm which also kind of influences the music we do. There's not just what you hear. Behind that, all that stuff. There's a prayer, there's an anticipation, there's aspiration, and there is hope of so many people that this movie should win. Maybe one prayer makes the movie.
Yes, it's true actually.
I mean, if you have an AI, what is it going to do?
It's going to be programmed like a bot, like how so many people
there are some good things. There's some great things, which undeniably, which is.
But like with great power comes great responsibility. You have to be very responsible about it. Yeah, and now before we wrap, see, you want everything there is to win. You've been awarded everything that there is to be given. So many people, and all those that are watching, that will always ask this question: what drives them? Sometimes routine and discipline drives people. Sometimes their family. Sometimes aspiration, money. For someone like you, what drives you? Because musicians, and there's a musician standing behind my camera, who, if I bought him, he'll start crying now. I'll tell you what he does also. But before we wrap, but what drives you to reach hear every day to create every day. And what's that mantra?
I think if your mind is not active, you're dead only. Right? Mind has to be active. Every day when all your parts of your body is working, it's a blessing. That blessing needs to be, you need to reciprocate that.
Yeah.
You need to be grateful for that. How can you be grateful? By doing better things.
Correct.
So the benchmark set those days were different. What's being set now is different. So to match to the benchmark which is being set now, the challenges which are faced, the clutter which is there, the desensitization which is happening, how can you go beyond all that? Then you find new tools, new way of expressing.
Yeah.
All the void which is there now. There are many roads which are empty, not being taken. Because everybody takes the tried and tested path.
Correct.
So those can be opened up. And giving back to society, education, music education.
Reinvention is the name of the game. Now, before I wrap, I'm going to call this boy. Ankit, come here. I'll tell you why I'm bringing him here. Sit.
Don't say.
You just sit down quietly. I want to explain something to you. I'll tell you why when people understand the power of what Rahman sir is. On your birthday, he always goes to a large number of children and he donates blankets and a lot of food. And he's always like this. So yeah, this is he's a great musician. And
First salary.
yes.
I'm doing it. Like it's 16 years.
I told you, right?
Yes.
What AI can't do.
It's
Yes,
around
that's true.
16 years.
And now he works as a sound engineer for us. He makes music for us. And this is the first time I've seen him outside the studio. So I'm really, really proud that he's here. And he has such great regard for you. Thank you. And now for the next 2 years, he will work free for me. But truly is an honor. Yes.
Can I sing?
Yes.
न तन में खून फराहम न अश्क आँखों में न तन में खून फराहम न अश्क आँखों में नमाज शौक तो वाजिब है बेवुजू ही सही नहीं निगाह में मंजिल तो जुस्तजू ही सही.
So sweet. Well, there you go. That's a real emotion. That's what A.R. sir brings with everybody. Like I said, it's always such a beautiful time to meet somebody who's so humble, so exacting, and just so magnanimous with all the love that he has. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I look forward to seeing all the films that are coming out. Like I said, Chamkila is also out. Maidaan is also out. Maidaan, of course, a sports film, fantastic. Ajay Devgan in prime form. And it actually talks about a story that, people keep talking about cricket. But this is about a time when India was really, really big in football. And this is the 50s. I know you'll enjoy it. Bye-bye and take care. And remember, Radio City India is where you can watch the entire interview. Trust me, you're going to love it.
Radio City. Radio City. Radio City. Radio City. Rag Rag Mein Daude City.